So here we are then, we're back on our driving school. We did one a little while ago, but people have asked for another one. So this is an advanced driving school. And we're going to tackle a couple of things. The first thing we're going to tackle here is driving in the wet, because there is a knack to it and I can help you with this. So we're at Suzuka East, we're in our Fiat Panda learner car, and as you can see it's a very, very wet track. It's raining and away we go. So what I'm going to do is talk you through some hints and tips that you can do to potentially go quicker in the rain. Now as you see here, we're going off the racing lines and make sure we avoid all the puddles. You don't want to go for any puddles like we're doing there. You don't want to go for any puddles because that will slow you down. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to follow us into the first turn, I believe, just so you can see what to do. Here we go. And then we're going to quickly go to the pits. So we've just made that first turn brilliantly, as you saw. We didn't come off. Very wet here at Suzuka, which is in Japan. And I've had this discussion many times. You have to be on the right tyre at the right time. And so we're just going to flip to the pits. I'm just going to show you how to do that. So you go down to your tyre choice, and in this case you want to select heavy wet. Very important. There you go, racing heavy wet. There you go, there's our tyres selected. So once you've made your choice, you want to leave here. Don't change it, you need to keep them on the heavy wets. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump back into the car on the heavy wets, as you can see. And then there we go, and we're in car now, driving on those heavy wets. If you look at the bottom left, you can always check to see that you haven't made a mistake, because down there it tells you what tyres you're on. And so HW is heavy wet, as you can see that's what we're on. So we're on the right tyre. Here we go, avoid the puddles as much as you can, and this will make you so much quicker, you will find in the wet racing now. And as you can see, our single wiper there is doing an amazing job of covering this circuit. And as you see, we're coming up to turn one again at quite a speed, and it's perfect there. You don't want to go on the grass or anything. You want to keep a nice tight line, and you want to just gently go over, and you should find the car will grip very well, avoiding the puddles again like we have there. Very crucial to a fast wet lap, as it were. I think you can see the gist of where we're going with this and how important it is to make sure that you're doing the right thing in the wet, as I am now. Right, we're going to move on to the next lesson, and what I've got for you next is a few track guides. So here we are, moving on to track guides. We're going to whiz to Eigen Nordwand. We're back in the little old lovely Fiat Panda, and what we're going to do here is we're going to give you some hints and tips. Now you can always find this with most tracks. I'm not going to cover them all here. We're going to do Eigen Nordwand and Grand Valley, I think. So we've just started crossing the start-finish line, as you can see, and we're coming down the twisty section now, and we're just going to come down here and go over the bridge. Now this doesn't always work at every track, but weird things happen, and this could save you probably 15 seconds a lap, maybe even 20 if you do this right. So we're going to just cross the bridge here, and as we go around here, we're going to pull in this little car park, as you can see on the right hand side, which we're just going to do now. And then it's really important that you reverse correctly between the white lines, otherwise it doesn't work. So we're just going to pull around now and actually reverse into the white lines. There you go, perfect parking now. Then we're going to quickly pull out, and this is very important at this track. So we're going to pull out, we're going to turn sharp right, and then we're going to go straight into the pits, which is in the cave. Now if you do this, as long as it's an odd lap, sorry I forgot to say that, it doesn't work on even laps. If you do this on odd laps, as you see, we're now going into the pits, which are sort of inside the mountain, which is a bit strange. But yes, if you do this on odd laps only, I think when I was testing this, it was about 19 seconds a lap quicker by doing that little trick of going into the car park, then into the pits, and then back out on the track. So you'll have to try it and see if it works for you. We're just going to rejoin now the main track, turn off our headlights, and see if this little Fiat Panda will get up the hill. I hope these guides are going to be helpful. I think that's all we've got here. We're just going to follow this round the hill if it makes it up the hill, around the final corner, and across the start finishing line. There you go, there's the final corner. We're going to whiz round now, probably in about half an hour's time, and we're then going to go to the next track, which is Grand Valley South, is it, I believe? And we've got a few hints and tips we can show you there. And here we are indeed at Grand Valley South, or Central, or whatever it is. Anyway, we've just come across the start finish line. We're coming up to the first corner. And as you can see, it's a bit like Eigenalderwood. What you want to do is go through those cones, carry on this main road, then you need to do a sharp right here, back through the cones, rejoin. That's about 5 seconds saving there. And this is how people get gold times in the circuit experience, to tell you. This is the things they do. So we're going to quickly whiz through here, hope we don't tip the car off. Then we're going to jink there to the left, and then come back over there, and then turn to the right. As you can see, that was, well, the time saved there was just amazing, as you can see. So we're rejoining the main track now. Another thing that you can do if we go around it, brilliant scenery on this one anyway, as I say, we're definitely going a bit faster now. I reckon that's because we're going downhill. But what you're going to see, as we tip forward there as we brake, another good thing that you could do as we try and keep it on is if you hit these signs just right, like that, that's very helpful, because when you come around next lap you've got more of an indication of where to brake, so that's very helpful for you as well. Where we are going now, so we're just going to skip on again, and a bit like Eigenalderwood one, exactly the same. You want to reverse up into the old parking space here. There you go. That's another 5 seconds saved, easy. Be careful that you don't hit the barrier at the back, because you will get a penalty for that. There we go, perfectly in the space. Then we're going to whiz out of here at light speed, as you can see. And then, where are we? We're coming up to finish the lap, I believe. As the Fiat Pan, they're struggling in this heat. Well, we're just going to pull into this lay-by and watch that plane. No, it's a bird. It's a bird. Okay, we seem to have the car stuck. Nope, we've got it back out now. Not sure what's going on there. Ignore that bit. Anyway, back on track, and here we go. And very crucial that you drive, again, off-road to these cars here. Then we're going to move on. I think we might have got lost here. Then we're just rejoin track. Some of these tracks can be very confusing. Anyway, back on, and there we go to complete the lap. I think when I did this in testing, I think if you add all that up, you're about 9 seconds a lap quicker. So a lot to be learned now. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to move on, and I want to go to something a bit more sensible. Preparing the mind. Now, I like to do this before a race. So get yourself surrounded in comfortable surroundings and just think about the race in your mind. Think about what you're going to do. Think about the next sort of hour of your life. You know, it's very important that you've got a clear mind and you're concentrating on that race. Just focus. Okay, so that is one of the most important things I do. Right, the next thing you need to be aware of is you need to be wearing the right clothes. I know we're sim racing, but you need to be wearing the right clothes. And as you can see, racing trousers, a racing jacket, helmet or hats, very important, and finishing it off with the gloves is a must for comfortable sim racing. Right. The last thing now, and this is something that I do, and very serious on this one, and that's let's pray before the race. Very important again to get that mindset in the right place.